Good day, lords and ladies. My name is CrescentEmpress, and welcome back to Modded Ark Season 2. We have a couple of orders of business today. First is I'm bringing you guys back in for the culmination of what was literally a 2-hour project for me. With our conversions, we are going to make our spoiled meat seed. And I have already prepared everything else we need for the narcotics seed. We just need the spoiled meat seed to produce. But because narcotic is so important to us, because of what it will allow, I have done a crap load of conversion to arrange for us to be able to get a tier 5 crop plot for the narcotics seed, because once we have the narcotics seed, doors open up. I was thinking about going on a couple of our long distance trips or exploration trips, but I thought that we could probably stand to wait. Not long, we're just about there now. But I thought it could wait until we had black arrows, because if we have black arrows, we can bring cooler stuff home. It's really just as simple as that. Everything from, the dimorphodons that always get away to like the dragons that are on the hill, those things open up to us with black arrows. You guys saw them last season. They're amazing. I want them. I want them very much, in fact. So, we will get the spoiled meat seed going, and then we are going to take Phobator up to the lake to look into... Cool, that's going. We are going to take Phobator up to the lake to look into beaver dams for rare mushrooms, because I really don't want to burn any more until we have the seed going. Like the narcotics seed, I'll make exceptions for. That's just, it's so essential to our game strategy that I figure we can afford to delay our other seeds a little bit, just in case we find something neat. We will take some prime and put the dimorph egg down that I grabbed. Okay, so with that going, I'm going to take Phobator and head to the lake. I still have not given up hope that we'll find the ice beaver again. I'm really hopeful that on one of my trips up there we'll find it. Because we still have to go there until we get the rare mushroom seed. We just don't have a choice but to keep going there. Moreover, though, we're probably going... Packy. I don't really have much interest in the Packy. But we're also looking around to see what other stuff there is for us. Well, something's on fire over there. That's never a good sign. Apparently the grass is having issues rendering in. I've been having some issues with Ark the last couple of days, I'll be honest. Oh, it's a badass raptor, I see. But there is a collection of our little friends over there. Since nothing horrible is airborne, I suppose we can take a look. There's an equus. Oh, I've been wanting one of these. Can I pick that up? Please tell me I can pick this up. I don't have carrots. Let me see here. Hopefully it doesn't die in there. It's probably gonna die in there. I don't know what's going on. Where did it go? I don't see it in that pack. Is it that its corpse there? Probably. That's probably its corpse. Yeah, it sure looks like it. Damn. 675. Oh, that's depressing. Oh, there's a really nice Microraptor there. I wonder if I can pick those up. Like, the idea the first time was the ability to pick them up. Of course, they're all fucking... Like, why are you picking a fight with the Bronto? Could you not? Okay, that's the girl. Wow. This is going to be a hell of a shot. Could it almost be easier just to bring them back with the... Oh, there's another equus. Okay, priority change. Let's see if we can grab this. Because we can just keep that in our wall. Oh, there's a couple of them. Wow. I'm excited about this, guys. That's a nice one. I think we'll try for that. I don't know if I grabbed that. I don't know if I can grab it, honestly. That's not the one I grabbed. I don't have it, do I? I don't think so. That's not the unicorn, is it? Sorry, guys, You know, that quest for cool stuff we were talking about? I have wanted an equus. A lot. Okay, so there's a nice one over there. And that's a good one over there, too. Okay, so you. I'm gonna try to grab it again, because I really don't know if I can, but... It's going to be made especially difficult with the lag. Come on, game. Fatal error. Motherfucker. Alright, stand by, lords and ladies. Okay, lords and ladies, we are back, and, for you, instantly, for me, 2 days later. The basic run of it is that the fatal errors were making it kind of impossible to play. So, just the catch-up after some exhaustive testing. What seems to be causing the crash is really disappointing, because it's heartbreaking, because god damn it. It looks like it's specifically when our tranq eagle attacks something. Anytime I try to use his attack, the game crashes right away with the same error. So it looks like he has to stay home. That being said, after the crash, I do not know exactly how, I don't know exactly where we left off in base chores before we went out to the plains and got booted. But when I reloaded, I had to make up progress, and I think I might have gotten a little bit further than we did on video. But in my testing, because I tested Deimos to make sure his attacks were good. I tested Artemis to see if it was something specifically with eagles. All that sitting around, we have our spoiled meat seeds. So, I need to do... Oh, damn it. Do I need to... I think I do, don't I? We might be standing around for a moment, lords and ladies. I think I forgot something in the middle of all of the chaos, because Arc is still giving me some serious issues. Fucking do conversions. Arc is giving me some significant issues, let's say. So... we will knock this out really quick, and then we'll be able to plant our narcotics seed, and we can either head back to the plains, or I saw in all of that exhaustive testing, we could try for another kitty. There's a badass saber out on a mountainside, and we could potentially go get him. Let's see here, what else did I see? Because I did some flying around also, you know. I was basically trying to figure out what it was that was crashing and if there was literally anything I could do about it. And the issue looks twofold, I should say. It looks like there's something specifically with the Annunaki eagles that's causing a crash, but the compressed animations that were just introduced in 0.56 aren't agreeing with Arc, at least for me. It is being very mean about it. No. Am I an idiot? I think I'm an idiot. Yeah, I sure am. The compressed animations are causing a lot of stuttering and lagging and making things render either very poorly or not at all. We're just going to try to work around it. You know, there's really nothing more that I can do but just try to work around it. It's kind of what it is. But I figured we would get our narcotics seed planted, because that's one of the major milestone goals that we have set for ourselves. And then we can try for the badass saber, or we can go back to the plains. I'm really tempted to get the kitty, I'll be honest. I'm slowly starting to, like I know it when I say it, but I've had a really hard time accepting that I am not limited on PC the way I was limited on Xbox. On Xbox, I had to be extremely choosy about what I tamed because I could only have 200 pets. And I'm slowly starting to get to that point where I understand that on PC, I can have whatever I want, whenever I want it, for whatever reason. I have 8,000 tame slots to play with, which frees me up to do a lot of things. See, this is what I was talking about, just side note, with the compressed animations wreaking hell on my game. We're going to try to work around it to the best of our abilities. But I should mention also, because of the problems, the episodes might be a little shorter for a little while until all of this gets sorted out. just because the game is... It's not my system. I've checked that over and over. It's something that's just going on with Arc right now. Yay. We will have narcotics soon. Having narcotics soon means we will have black arrows soon, which means that we will be able to do cool stuff. I'm excited. So we're just going to hang out near base A because my game is wildly unstable, and B because we want the narcotics seed producing. Ugh, good grief. Just, the rendering is driving me up a freaking wall. I mean, it just is what it is, but... Hey look, the Microraptors just went out. There's literally nothing I can do but just bear with it. It is annoying, and I hope you guys will forgive me. There's really, like I said, there's nothing I can do if I'm going to keep making episodes of this. I'm just going to have to freaking cope with it, is what it comes down to. And it'll get resolved. Like, I'm not super concerned with the whole thing. It'll get fixed. We're just going to have to put up with some, interesting animation glitches for the time being. You know, these things happen, I suppose. On that thought, the Fire Kitty is not a super high level. It's morning. I looked at the light, I'm like, please tell me I didn't start this episode when it was getting dark. Please tell me that I didn't do that. Okay. Like I said, tranq Kitty is not, or Fire Kitty is not super high level, so he shouldn't take too terribly long to tame. There he is. Oh, for the love of God. I don't know where that fucking saber went. Hey Deimos, we got a job to do. Fortunately, the animation issues do not seem to be problematic. Okay, is there anything else before I get started here? Any other issues? Going once, twice, okay. Park the cat. Actually, let's clear the body and then park the cat. Okay. Now then. Let us go get beaten up by the Fire Kitty. Hopefully, marginally more successfully than we previously. Can I have the damn body, please? Someday. I have faith. Okay. So, the fire kitty was right out here. Game is lagging. Stand by. Probably. I hope they get these issues fixed soon. Come on, let me out the door. Well, I am trapped, lords and ladies. The end is nigh. But the saber is in the pen. All things being equal, it is what it is. So, I would like to respawn at my bed, please. Repair my armor. And go tranq out the kitty. Grab my shit. God, this is such a nice mod. There are a couple of quality of life mods that are just so good, and the personal grave is one of them. It's just so good. Especially for somebody who, I mean, I have proven how navigationally challenged I can be. So, for someone like me, who would never find their body otherwise, it's so nice. Okay. We don't need the rest of that. It can wait, because we have our spare. Well, theoretically, I have boots anyway. And by the time I've done that, other armor is fixed. Okay. So we're probably going to end up tranking out the level 600 Sabertooth, but, you know, whatever. I don't want you to interrupt my tame bird. If you could leave. To open up the windows. It turns out the windows were kind of for naught. I mean, it worked. Sort of. Emphasis on sort of. Okay, well, I can kill this. Keeping the pressure on this thing is not going to be the easiest. There. Fuck you, spare saber. This kitty, on the other hand. This kitty we want. She's pretty too. God damn it. I approve the pretty kitty, though. Yeah, what I was saying about my mental adjustment. You know, I spend a lot of time on the forums, and it was actually there was a thread discussing whether having the ability to revive dead pets in base arc would damage the game. And my vote was for no, that absolutely should be an option, at least for single player. That should absolutely be an option. But the pitch I was making to that end is, you know, I've played on Xbox since the beginning, and the crushing finality of Xbox. If something goes wrong, that's just it. It's over. But it's just it's over. But god damn it, my frames are god. Lords and ladies, I am going to do my level best to get you guys an ARC episode every day. But with the current performance issues, we honestly may have to wait. I'm trying my best to just work through it and still give you guys a good episode. Anyway, my story. Yeah, my point was that the crushing finality that Xbox has, where if something goes wrong, that's just it. It's over. There is nothing you can do. And that has always made me much more cautious. Like, I'm the kind of person on Xbox that I would rather do the task myself, you know, rather than take a utility dino. Like, for instance, Jin sees a lot of action for metal and stone and berries and all of those essentials. But if it were on Xbox, is it out? That looks like a down saber to me. Has always made me reluctant to use my animals for what they were meant to be. Because if something goes wrong, that's just it. Fucking of course. I forgot. But I was out with Angelica because we had to test the other beasties. We killed something out there, so I have Prime. I just need to grab it and rush back to our saber friend. We will hand some of this. And a good stack of this. You are already dropping way below what I want. And we'll see what she looks like here, assuming that she's eaten. We've not eaten yet. I will see the verdict, and then, you know, obviously, as usual, a bridge as needed. Why? Oh, yeah. As I was. I keep trying to get back to the story and why I think it would be a good thing. On Xbox, I would rather do the task myself. I mean, you guys saw I openly admitted to buffing carry weight. Oh, she's 3 bites. I'll just keep you guys on. Yes, thoughts. I would rather go out and gather metal by hand, on my own, with the danger, just because if I die, I die. You know, whatever. It's annoying and I'll probably never see my bag again. but it is what it is. But if I go out there with one of my animals and something goes wrong, that's it. There's literally nothing I can do. And that has always weighed extremely heavily on my experience. When I was getting ready to make the move over here to PC, I must have been driving literally everybody I knew extremely crazy, ranting and raving about all of the cool stuff. I was more excited about the ability to make a backup file than any of the amazing mods that I had been dying to try. And, I mean, that makes a statement to me. It does. I mean, that's mostly a poor reflection on me as a player, getting way too attached to my critters. But I don't know, the point that I'm making here is that because I have pet res, because I have backup files for my personal games, I'm willing to do things that I would never, ever, ever fucking do otherwise. Like on Xbox, leading Phobator inside where all my animals were never would have happened in a billion years. And if my friend that came in to join me on a few occasions to help me out, he gave me a lot of help with two-person tasks, and God bless him, he is a saint for putting up with the tyranny that I have in ARC regarding the animals. I have taken his head off about stupid suggestions many times, and he probably doesn't necessarily deserve it, but nothing matters more than the animals. Absolutely nothing. So I would have risked the eagle getting away before risking the damage to my pets. But I can do more stuff here, because I do have, some sort of safety net that gives me, some comfort. It's just, I think it goes into that quality of life thing for me. It's the same place that I would classify the personal grave. I understand people who don't like the idea of pet revives, who don't like the idea of having a personal grave in the main game. And for base arc, maybe that's true. But for private games, I think that absolutely should be an option. Just because it saves time. Instead of wasting your time and mine attempting to find my bag somewhere in the wilderness, I can just get it all from home, reset and start over, and provide better content, I think. Me wandering around lost for 15 minutes until all hope is gone is not especially exciting, I don't think. Oh, by the way, I don't know if I told you guys, because I don't know if this made it into the other bit that I got recorded for today, and so forgive me if I'm saying it twice. Speaking of the lovely people on the ARC forums, lag. I finally commented on my frustration about not being able to see the engram requirements. And, yeah, so it was not a bug or a glitch. I apologize for believing that it was. I just hit G, and apparently that completely screws up everything. For some reason, G turns that off, and I had no idea. I genuinely believed from the bottom of my heart that we were dealing with a glitch. No, I just needed to press G. Okay, so we have a new badass kitty. I'm excited about it. And immediately we need to do a little bit of weight on you, just so you can carry me with my haul. Okay, kitty. Did I see something up there, or am I crazy? Oh, it's just a Pelagornis, whatever. So, we should probably take the kitty training, but we will store her instead. And head to the plains, I think. I'm willing to bet, well, actually, in that time we might have production. So let's check the narcotics seed just for fun. Can you tell I'm eager to have my taming tool back? Black arrows will simplify my existence so much. We will be able to take home better stuff. The damn dimorphodons will stop escaping. It is producing. Please tell me we have a good number. Ah. Not enough yet. It's 500 to make one arrow, so we will have to make do with the Annunaki arrows for now. We can make do. It's not so bad. What I am going to do is repair my crossbow. And I did see some chaos on the plains. Oh, there was something else I wanted to do while I'm thinking about it. I guarantee I pitched all of these off of Jin, and I'm going to feel really silly about it. But how was I to know? Oh, we actually do have seeds on him. Do we have? Yes. We sure do. I want carrots. I don't like giving a greenhouse slot to carrots, but we can always uproot it later. But if we get carrots, we can go after the horses. I've really wanted a horse. Like, that was a goal I had, like, midway through Season 1, and we never saw them on the island. And I'm going to have to get the plots. We never saw them on the island, but there's a big herd of them up on the plains. I mean, they're probably all dead by now, but, you know, we were trying for them, and it was brought to my attention after the fatal error effectively ended my game session. That they cannot be picked up by an eagle. I will need a dragon-sized critter for that. Which will mean the tame could be very interesting and chaotic, I'm afraid to say. But I wanted to... What am I doing? I wanted to put down the plots, and as I was saying, we'll go out, we need to go to the lake, is probably the other goal for the episode. We should go up to the lake and see about the rare mushrooms, because I caved on the narcotics seed because I want my damn narcotics back, but we really can't afford to make any other seeds until we successfully get the rare mushroom seed going, because all of the seeds require rare mushrooms. I hated to waste, well, I hated to take away from the stock that was heading towards the seed, but, I mean, you guys don't understand how much I want those black arrows back. Oh, come on. Okay, surely there's some place we can park you that's not awful. We really can, since we have the wall encompassing the wall. Which, just a good life lesson going forward. Wall to encompass the wall. Because your wall is about 50% effective. Inasmuch as not too long ago, we were doing battle with 50% of a T-Rex in my house. The clipping issues, lords and ladies. They make me so sad. I wonder if that'll work. It is tempting to see if that... Well, that's not irrigated or greenhouse, so I'll pick that up. Do I have greenhouse anywhere else? Or is that pretty much it? Okay, yep, that's pretty much it, is the verdict. So we will have to knock out that wall and expand the greenhouse, like I said, but we'll focus down getting the seeds that really matter. Like, I might uproot the meat seed. We don't need it, because we have effective meat gatherers in our midst. So I might pull that. You know, same thing with... Once we get the seeds that are required to make the next thing, I might pull up some of these easier ones just to make room. But, like I said, regarding the horses, after my attempt was thwarted, by the fatal error crash, I looked up a little bit more about the Equus, just so that if I did get a shot at one, I wasn't totally oblivious. And they can't be carried by an eagle, which means that my master plan to pick one up and drop it behind the wall, where we could do the tame in safety, not gonna happen. What they suggest is having an animal on aggressive and follow, but if it's aggressive, it might kill the other horses, too. It's like, I don't quite have a firm plan yet, but we're working on it. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Also, just because I am getting these major problems on a regular basis, I am going to be using the save world command, so that if we get booted again, I do not have to redo things. And, we just brought home a new kitty. I would like to still have a kitty. Yeah. So the deep internal debate about whether we can go or not. Because we are almost at the time where I'm going to start having issues. Like, you guys can actually see the frame issues that are happening here. So, on that thought, we will go to the lake first thing next time. I need to, for now, what is up there? It's a tranq packy. Cool. Okay, we'll go to the lake first thing next time. Like I said, guys, until Arc stabilizes, we might have to make the episodes a little bit shorter, just because the game isn't up to the task of a full hour right now. And I want to make sure that, you know, reducing the number of ways that this could all go horribly, horribly wrong. I need to respect what the game needs for now, as annoying as it is to not be able to explore with the same freedom I do when everything's working properly. But for now, I do believe that we will call the episode. We'll have to think of a name for our new kitty. And first thing next time, lake run. And if I come in here to knock out the greenhouse walls or stand around so that we have narcotics, hopefully we're taking black arrows for the attempt. Because I haven't given up on that ice beaver. Surely it's out there somewhere. On that note, if you have enjoyed, please do take a moment to let me know, and remember to join the court by subscribing. Until next time.